Good afternoon, welcome to the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. It's Tuesday the 2nd of February 2021 and I'm Amanda Fowler. If you're here, could you say hello? I'll just check in on my iPad, make sure I am live and in the right place. Ray, yes I am. How are we this afternoon? How are we doing? I've got some coffee. I've got lots of things to talk to you about, lots of things to share, and some hints and tips and a fancy fold. It's all going to be going on this afternoon. So let's see who's here. Michelle's here, Judith's here, Margaret's here, Julia's here, Susan's here, Gillian's here, Jen's here, Mum's here, Marlene's here, Lisa's here, Lynn's here, Renita's here, Silla's here, Claire's here, Jan's here, Linda's here, Rosa's here. Wow, you are all in the house. Hello. Thank you so much for all the awesome messages and cards and things that have been arriving in the post. You're awesome. I'm very naughty, but awesome. Yeah, I'm feeling much improved. I don't know where I would be. Probably about 70%, I guess. I give myself a 7 out of 10. Currently. So just if you don't know what's been going on, I was quite poorly last week and I've had some kind of virus. It's not COVID. I have 2 negative tests to prove that it's not COVID. I had this weird rash on the top half of my body, which I'm just reaching over to plug my iPad in. I've got space on my desk. Yeah, so it's not COVID, but the doctors don't know what's wrong with me. So, yeah, I don't know. But I kind of had flu type symptoms, and I was really sneezy, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so yeah, just wasn't very well. Brain wasn't working very well, which, you know, still amazes me how I managed to make a card last week. But you know, so yeah, so I've been putting my feet up pretty much for a week. I've done lots of baking, and eating, obviously. I never seem to get the kind of ill that means that you don't eat. I don't think I've ever been that kind of ill. I always get the kind of ill that you think, oh, let's just make another cake. So yeah, so that's been my world really. So I'm kind of working half days this week, I think, just to kind of be on the safe side, make sure I've beaten it properly, and then hopefully next week I will be feeling much improved. So I have some things to talk to you about, some cards to show you that have been arriving, but first I'm going to look at the messages because there's like a million. This is amazing. So Lisa said her parcels arrived. Yay! I'm going to talk about parcels in a minute. Lisa, just do double check that everything's there and everything's okay. That's brilliant. Okay, so yes, definitely feeling better, everyone. Lynn's got her parcel as well. Chris and Angela have arrived. Anne's arrived. Donna's arrived. Sue's here. Anne, different Anne. Margaret's here, Maureen's here. Soraya's here. Who else? Nicola's here. Vivian's here. Anne said last week was a brilliant card, loved by all, judging by all the pictures. Yes, and that is what makes my heart happy. I love to be able to show you something and then it makes you go, oh, I can do that, because that's what it's about. That's why I do what I do, so that I can share something and then you can go and make stuff, because that's what it's about. Marlene's had a parcel too. Marlene, has that got everything in it, or is that a part parcel? So, oh, yeah, Vivian says, I'm looking better. Yeah. It's really bizarre because I've got the same amount of makeup on as I had last week. How it shows you that actually, yeah, to be honest, it's not very thick. I don't wear that much makeup, but oh, here we go. The cough's back. So yes, so we're gonna. It's all good. It's all good. Val's here, Amanda's here, Claire's here. That's good. So, okay, fab. So it's one of the parcels. You still need 2 more, Marlene. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about Stampin' Up stuff. Then I'm going to show you some cards, and then I'm going to make a card and show you an envelope trick. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so first up, parcels. I know, as I'm looking at the list of people, I'm looking and thinking nearly everyone chatting here is waiting on parcels. And I am so sorry you are still waiting. I'm waiting as well, so I feel your pain. What I've actually decided to do is I'm not tracking my parcels for the next couple of days because I'm pretty exhausted by the whole thing. So obviously I'm not suggesting that you don't track your parcels, but I just need a day or 2 off of tracking parcels because it's driving me insane. So the latest that we have from Stampin' Up is that orders that are placed at the moment are taking about 3 to 4 days in addition to our normal shipping times. So normally I would expect you to get your parcels within 5 to 7 days from when you place your order. So they're saying 3 to 4 additional days. So I would say it's probably 8 to 10 days from when you place your order. And that's for new orders that are placed now. I've got hiccups now. What's happening? So orders that are going in now are shipping fairly quickly, and like I said, and they are arriving. Those of us that placed orders from the 30th of December forwards to about the middle of January, we are mostly waiting for our parcels. Those parcels are tied up in the consignments that have been stalled at either Stamford in the UK or in Frankfurt. Stampin' Up are assured that UPS have the parcels and that they will be delivered, but there are delays. It's compounded by the fact that DHL and DPD are no longer shipping into the UK. UPS is the only company shipping into the UK from mainland Europe. That's causing a problem. For our parcels, because obviously it's just volume. Because Stamping Up had a contract with UPS before this all started, our parcels are getting priority. But where this bottleneck is with our parcels that are stuck, unfortunately, it's just going to be a waiting game. Tied to that is the fact that the UPS app has had a couple of updates. It doesn't seem to be updating properly. I was tracking a huge number of parcels and 10 of them have just disappeared off my tracking app. So I've got to go back and put them all in again. So honestly, I'm not sure what's going on with it. So I've decided, like I said, I'm going to give myself a couple of days off from tracking, and I'm going to come back to this on Thursday and see where we're at. But if you are worried, if your parcel arrives in any way damaged, if something is missing or broken or not, you know, if it's paper or cardstock and the edges are bent, I do not want you to accept anything other than beautiful, perfect products. I need you to email me and I will get it all sorted out for you. I'm hoping that the parcel's going to arrive and they're going to be perfect. But I'm just saying that now. And if you're worrying, don't worry, email me and I will double check the parcels. My couple of days off is for me tracking my own parcels, okay? Not for you. I'm very happy to track your parcels for you. Okay. So if you've got any questions about tracking and shipping and all of that, then put them in the comments. I am going to check. Yeah, thank you for all the get well messages. Yay. Yeah, I'm doing much better, much better. Let's have a look. Judith's got all her parcels. That is awesome. Jan's got one. Another one's coming tomorrow. I think you're waiting for something else as well, aren't you, Jan? Belinda's parcels arrived. Yes. Oh, Marion. Oh, no. Marion, can you email, because I can't track your parcel because obviously you got the tracking number. Can you email me your tracking number, please? So I can track it. And then I'll have a look at it. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Cindy. Belinda's having the same problem with the... Ooh. Belinda says, delete the app, reload it, seems to fix the problem. Superstar. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah. Karen. Her parcels arrived as well and all okay. Fantastic. Lucy, I'm still waiting for 3. Darn it. Good. Karen, I'm really pleased. I am hopeful that those 10 parcels that have disappeared are because they've arrived safe and sound. But yeah. Okay. Right. So let's move on from that and go to the chickens. The chickens. Hey chick and hey birthday chick. Okay, this is now live. You can now order these chickens. And I know a lot of you like chickens. Order the chickens. So there's bundles, but you can also buy them individually as well. So if you just put chick in the search on brain. I told you I'm still not quite right. Yeah, if you put chick in the search bar on the online store, you'll be able to see all of the things. So basically, Hey Chick is the old Celebration stamp set. So if you still have that, then you can get the dies to match, or obviously you can get the bundles as well, and they are really, really cool. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of something now. Now, you know I say this all the time, that the best deal is joining me and joining my team. It costs £99. You get to pick £130 worth of products, and they can be any products that you want from either of the catalogues. You also get over £50 worth of paper as well as a bonus. And you can do things like pre-order. So we have got, so if you're a demonstrator right now, we can order something that's coming in the annual catalogue. So that's in May. Customers can order it in March, so next month. But if you join my team in February, you could add this to your starter kit, and it's butterflies and it's beautiful. So I'm just going to kind of show you a little sneak peek. It's a really big stamp, a background stamp, and it's got lots of dies and papers to go with it. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So it's available from the 2nd of March. So if you're a customer, you're going to have to wait till then. You'll be seeing it a lot because I love it. Or if you want to join my team in February, you could add that in your starter kit. So if you want to see more details of this, because you're thinking of joining, then send me an email and I'll send you some more pictures. But once my stuff is here, so probably in 2 or 3 weeks, I will show you more details of it. So I placed that order today. So that's really cool. It's one of the biggest bonuses of being a demonstrator is that you get stuff early. Right, so Jan's got her cardstock and stamp sets, just waiting for celebration. Sheridan's here. It's wet in Wales. It is. It's wet here too. All sorts of things. And Marty's here from Florida. Faye says she's sorry she's late. She wasn't sure of the time. What, you wasn't sure of the time, what time it is where you are, or what time it is when I started? Pat says her order came today as well. Oh yes, this is so exciting. So I just want to tell you actually a little story, because there is major excitement in our house today. So, and this actually is a tale of being patient waiting for your order. So in August, the 16th of August last year, 2020, Brian and I placed an order for a new mattress. It's a fancy mattress. And it's from Hypnos, and we're very excited because it's got all kinds of padding and it's going to be amazing. We bought it, like I said, on the 16th of August. And when we bought it, we knew there was a 10 to 12 week order delay for the mattress. So we were expecting it to arrive mid-November. There's a long story that goes with it, which includes lots of phone calls, calls to the company, calls to Hypnos, calls to the store that we bought it from. Delivery dates came and went, was never delivered, didn't arrive. Christmas came and went, never arrived. And then we went into lockdown. Now I assumed that because we were in lockdown, they wouldn't be delivering. But I got a call last week because the store's not open. So I got a call last week and they said, is that Mrs. Fowler? And I want to talk to you about your delivery of your mattress. And I'm going, what? Really? So it's coming today at 3 o'clock. Between 3 and 5 apparently. So I'm a little bit excited because our mattress is very old and we desperately needed a new mattress. So that's patience for you, isn't it? So I don't even know how many weeks it is. So the reason for the delay, so there was the 10 to 12 week delay initially, but when I called Hypnos just before Christmas and said, you know, what's going on? Is the store telling me a tale because they keep saying that you keep moving the delivery dates? And she said, no, she said, absolutely, it is our fault. And I'm going, okay. I said, so why? And she said that the reason the mattresses were taking so long is because the fabric that they use to put round the springs is the same fabric that they use in PPE. And basically the companies that make this fabric can only make a certain amount, and obviously PPE gets it first. So everybody's mattresses, you know, all the mattresses that were being made, everything was delayed because they couldn't get this fabric. So there you go. So it's an interesting story about mattresses. So yeah, there we go. So let's have a look. Marty says I look like I feel better. I do. Ah, right. So Faye had gone out into the garden because it needed weeding. Came in and thought, oh. I hope it'll be worth the wait, Deborah. I really do. So anyway, so if there starts to be weird noises going on, our bedroom is just behind me here. So there'll be workmen, delivery men coming, taking the old mattress away and bringing the new one in. So it'll be good. I am excited. I have to go to bed early tonight. So yes. Right. Okay. So let's see. Let me show you these awesome cards that have been coming in the post to me, and I love it. I love it. Okay, so this one is from Sally, I think. Yes, this one's from Sally, and I want to show you this has been done with masking. So this is a completely flat piece of paper. She's punched out the shape, the diamond type shape in the center, and then stamped over the top. It's so cool, and it opens this way, which is really cool. This one is from Katie, and this has got the, I can't remember what those dies are called actually, curvy celebrations. I don't know whether you can see, there's some really beautiful die cutting there as well. This is the celebration paper, the ombre. This one is from Lynn. Lynn's here. Look at this. This is so cool. So she's done some paper weaving. Lynn, is this embossing or foiling? And this is from Janet. So Janet, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Janet, thank you so much for the recipes. I will sort them out and I'll be baking at the weekend. That's so cool. And this is from Jan. Jan's here as well. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Love this. So Lynn has just said it's Tombow and foil. It's really cool. And then this one's from Sue. It's so cute. So cute. So thank you so much for taking the time to make me a card and send me a card. They are hugs in an envelope, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so I am going to quickly grab the trimmer and my scoreboard because I need that, and I think my scoring tool was on the floor. I have remembered finally my bone folder. Yeah, so it's all looking good. It's all looking good. Right, so we're gonna make a fancy fold card again because you loved it last week. And I'm going to show you a trick with envelopes. I'm using this paper. Ooh, that was a bit dodgy. Hang on, moving the coffee. Oh. I'm using this paper. It's called Flower and Field. I'll give you a close-up of this. This is the other celebration paper. So there's the one with the flowers on that goes with pierced blooms, and then this is a different one, and I love this because it's kind of got a black base, so it's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around and we will get making. Okay, so woo! Oh my god. Just talk amongst yourselves while I ruin the world. Hang on. Right. Let's see what I can do now. Oh no. Right. Okay, I will explain what disaster is befalling me in a second. Right. Let's see. Let's bring that down a bit. Oh. So, can you hear me okay? Is my first question. And let me move things over this way, out of the way, so I can bring my iPad back in. See where we're going. Okay. Goodness gracious me. Okay, so basically what had happened was I am waiting for a new mount for my microphone, and it's currently balanced on one of these, which is a roll of the sticky labels that I use for my kits. And as I flipped the phone, the microphone went all over the place and nearly fell in my coffee. And that would have been a disaster because it's electric and it would have gone bang, and I would have lost my coffee as well. That would be worse. Okay, so let me show you this paper for anything else befalls me. Right, good. Okay, so there are so many different colours in this paper. Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Popper Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Shaded Spruce, So Saffron, and Whisper White, or Basic White as it is now. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're all of the papers. So I will just show them to you. So this is all the reds and pinks. Ooh, stripes. I don't know what that camera's going to do with the stripes. Then there's this one. No surprises that this particular pattern is probably my favourite. And we've got little buds on that side, like the daisies and the leaves. Oh, turn that around. Got some poppies here. Some lovely spots. This is the paper that I'm going to use today. And more spots. You can never have too many spots. Oh, I've already shown that one. And then this one. I would be using this one as well today. And that's sort of got like a herringbone pattern on it. Very pretty. Okay, so I don't have a sample to show you, basically because when I was designing it I was playing around with the patterns and I decided that I was going to change the way I did change the papers I was using. So I don't have a sample, but you can see it as we go through it. So we are going to start with card, which is 10 inches by 6 inches. So let's get this. So the great thing about this is you can get one out of a sheet of A4, or two out of a 12 by 12. Now, in order to do the next bit, you need this type of trimmer. So a trimmer that you can actually position your blade at a certain point. If you don't have a trimmer like this, I know somewhere that you can get one. But if you don't need another trimmer, that's fine. Use a metal ruler and a cutting blade and you'll be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the card at 2 inches. So I'm lining up on this edge at 2 inches. And then on here, on the bar, what you want to do is move the cutting blade to the 4-inch point. Which is just there. And there's really handy dandy line here, so you can see it's exactly in the right point. And you're going to cut between the 4-inch point and the 8-inch. So you're cutting 4 inches to 8 inches. You're going to lift it up and take your card out. So it's just giving you one cut. Then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over and turn it around. Okay, so let's start that again. So it was here and I've cut from 4 inches to 8 inches. So I'm going to turn it over and turn it 180 degrees. No, I'm not. And breathe. Start again. Right. I'm going to turn it over. I'm not going to flip it because if I flip it then it's not going to work. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it over. Are you following me? No, because that's not going to work. It's got to go like that. Oh, honestly. Right. When I've actually cut this, it will make sense. Honestly. I'm cutting between 4 and 8 again. So look. So that's what the 2 pieces should look like. So you've got 2 cut lines, 4 inch, starting at 4 inches and going down to 8 inches. So let's just start this again, shall we? Right, so that's my first cut, 4 inches to 8 inches. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually write that on there. 4 inches, 8 inches, and it's 2 inches in. Yeah? To cut this next one, you've got to turn it over, so then you're 2 inches in. And you, I don't, how did, do you know what? What I'm doing is making it more difficult. So what I'm going to say is go up 4 inches. And then cut from 2 to 6. So thanks, Chris. I've just worked that out and that's all worked. Right, okay. I'm going to cut another one now. Well, I'll cut another one in a second actually. When I've just shown you the scoring, but I'm sorry, that was the most painful thing I think I've ever done on video. It's just automatic. I always flip the card over and there's no need to do that. Right, okay, so what I'm actually going to do then is show you the score lines and then I'll make another one. So you can kind of, you can skip to the good bit. Because there will be a good bit because we're going to make it look pretty. Okay, so you've got, this is your 10-inch piece and you've got the 2-inch gap there. Okay, you're going to put it in and you're going to score at 2 inches to the cut line. Then you're going to score at 4 inches all the way down, 6 inches all the way down, and then from that cut line, whoa, down. So let's find it. That's where it's the 8-inch line and you're just going to score down there. Okay, so what you've actually got are 2 little squares here, a square in the centre and 2 at the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold that to make it a valley, that to make it a mountain, and that to make it a valley. And then we are just going to move that over like that, and it's going to be a really cool standing step box folding card. I haven't decided what we're going to call it yet. It's very cool. Okay, so I'm going to make another one now without all the messing around with the ridiculous measuring. So if you didn't understand what I was talking about earlier, watch this bit because this will work. So we are starting out with a piece of card that is 10 inches by 6 inches. I'm going to line it up, so at 2 inches, cut between 4 to 8 inches. So it's lined up here at 2 inches. And my blade is lined up at 4 inches. And I'm cutting from 4 down to 8. And then at 4 inches, so I'm going to lift it up, slide it to 4 inches. I'm going to cut 2 inches to 6 inches. Okay, so your 2 cut lines are kind of offset. So then, with the 10-inch at the top, you're going to score 2 inches to the cut line, 4 inches and 6 inches. So we'll do those 2 first. So we're doing 2 inches to the cut line, 4 inches all the way down, 6 inches all the way down, and then 8 inches, so from the cut line down at 8 inches. So you're not scoring at this top bit, I'm just using that as a kind of a guide to make sure where my ball tool goes and it's in there. Okay, so I am hoping that makes sense now. And what you need to make sure is that these 3 sections here all fold upwards. And what that does is it gives you a 6-inch square card. Okay. Now, here I have got some pre-cut bits of paper, and what I'm going to do is open this out a second. So you've got, so when you're decorating, you've got 2 4-inch squares and 7 2-inch squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you can pop your patterned paper on these, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to decorate these all up first. I'm just going to play with the patterns. Like so. But obviously what you can also do is put your white layers on there as well. For those of you that the measurements aren't making sense, do do watch this on the replay because it will help, I promise. Okay, so I think what I need to do is do a bit of sticking. So let's just see which way round we're going to go. So I think we'll do that one up here. And then, ooh, obviously you can do double layers, which I think I'm actually going to do a little bit of that. So let's just get the Tombow out so I can do a bit of layering. And this is something that I've been doing quite a lot of just recently. Is putting a white layer underneath the patterned paper. It just seems to lift it and just give it an extra pop. Now I bought a stamp and I wasn't sure, yes, whether or not it would fit. And it does. It does, but I need a block. And I'm guessing that this block is not going to be big enough. It'll work though. It will work. Roz is saying the papers look better than they do in the catalogue. Yeah, it's the same, isn't it? With so many different papers. Do I want that way around? I think I do. It is the same with so many of the papers. Until you actually see them in real life, they don't look as good. Right. I brought my stays on. I thought I'd brought my Memento Black up, but I haven't. So let's just see how that goes. Yeah, good. Okay, so what I need to do is trim this down a little bit. I want to see some more spots. I'm going to take this down to 3.5 inches. No, 3.25 inches. And now I've stuck my finger on it. Right, I want that to go there, but I can't use that now. Look! I've got stays on all over me. Right. So, let's start again. Three and a quarter inches. Let's ink up that stamp wherever it went. How can I possibly have lost the stamp? How is that possible? If you could see my desk, you would know how that is possible. You can only see a fraction of it. Right. Let's go again. And this time, I won't touch it. I will put it over to my right on the little mini radiator I've got that's keeping me warm. Because it's so cold up here. Right. Okay, let's try not to get ink everywhere. So that's going to go on there, so I can put the black layer down. Now with this, I am actually only going to be decorating the front, but I am going to put some white here, so I've got somewhere to write. So you can, by all means, decorate both sides. That would look super cool. But I'm just adding this little bit here so that I've got somewhere to write. Okay. So let's see which way round. I'm not sure why my phone isn't charging. My iPad isn't charging. It's a bit weird. Right. Okay. Are we still okay for sound? Apart from me just, you know, getting a little bit distracted. Okay, so. Ooh, now. Ooh. That's like, ooh, shall I put that on there? Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going to get the pale pink, so this is petal pink, and I'm going to do some petal pink layers. So these are going to be 1 3/4 inches. And then I am going to see how that works. So no, not a fan of that. That is not working for me. Right. So it's got to be white and then patterned paper. Just moving the card out of the way. So I need 7 1 3/4 inches. That's 4. Five, 6, 7, and then I am going to use some of this one. What I actually want is some of the pink flowers, so I'm going to cut that. So I want this bit. So we want 1.5. So these are going to be 1.5 because that's the next layer down. And I know it looks a bit wasteful, but that's the bit that I want. But there are only tiny little strips that I'm not going to use, and we can use those on when we started Craft and Chat all those many moons ago. We did lots and lots of projects using scraps, so this won't get wasted, it will get used on something else. So let's move that out of the way as well. So I'm going to go with that one. So I've got a yellow flower and a pink flower. Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut another couple from here, and then I'm going to cut some of the other patterns as well. So this will work really, really well as a base for using some of those scraps of paper that you have and you keep. So these squares are just 1.5 inches. So they will work really well with your scraps. Right, and then I'm just going to get a little bit of the yellow dots because I'm a fan, and I'm not sure whether this will work, but we can see. We can play around with it, but I think a little pop of yellow might just be what we need. This is Bumblebee, which is such a fab colour. There we go. Okay, so I should have enough there now to play around with. Okay, so we've got the big bits. The sentiment is dry, which is cool, so that can go on there. This sentiment is from, I don't know whether I showed you that actually, is from this stamp set. So it's called Happiest of Birthdays. So it's got 4 birthday stamps, but this one is fab because it's so big, so it can just go over the top of things. Hi Barbara, she's saying it's a lovely day in France. Faye's asking if she can still access those Craft and Chats. Absolutely. So you're here on my Inspiring Inkin Facebook page at the moment. If you go to the top and go to media, I think it's media, hang on. Let me just go. See if I can get rid of that. Hang on. So if you go to the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page, and if you go at the top, it says live and then it says videos, and if you scroll down, every single one, I'm just scrolling all the way down, every single one of the Craft and Chats is there. They're all there under videos. So let's just see. So Julia, so your best thing to do is to scroll back and have a look. Marty's saying that she loves this stamp set. Awesome. Right, so let's have a look now. Let's see, because I think we need... Oh, do we need Daisy? Oh, you see now, this is, honestly, this is going to be like a 3-hour job now. It's going to be like, oh that needs to go there. So what you do need to do when you're playing with this is fold it, because this is how it's going to look. So I think, yeah, that's good. And then that daisy can go on there. And then we will put the pink flowers on. And then the more yellow daisies. Ooh, yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. Phew. Okay. So, just going to take me a second now to stick them all together. Obviously, you can fiddle around with these for some time. I tend to try and go, okay, am I happy with that? Yes, and stick it down. Because if I don't, then I'll fiddle around with it for an hour, and you've found that you've been playing around for an hour and you've only stuck one bit of card together. And actually, you know, if you've got all day, that's not a bad thing. If you want to make a quick card, that can be pretty annoying. Oh, Faye, you're making me smile. So Faye's just said that she's got a week off and she's going to binge watch my videos. That's just too funny. That is just too funny. It's very flattering, I have to say, but it's funny. Right. We're nearly there. Wiggle that around. 2 more layers. And we've got a little bit of embellishment to put on, and then I've got an envelope trick for you, which I'm very excited to share with you. So make sure you hang around for that. Now, Pat's gone back to last March to be able to see them all. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I think we're going to have a birthday party, aren't we? We're going to have a craft and chat birthday party. I better get my thinking cap on there for that. Okay, so la, it's so pretty. There we go. So this is how it stands. It's really hard for you to kind of see it, but this is how it stands. So you've got your lovely patterned paper there, and it goes like so. Hang on, remove it. Hopefully you can see it a bit better now. Third of May. Did I only start? Oh no, Julie's. That I was going to say. I started in March, I'm sure. No, Julia means the scrap card one. 3rd of May. Okay, so I have here. These are some of the die cut things, and the gold foiling that we did the other day. So I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do. Ooh. going to, yeah, honestly, we might be here for like 3 hours now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to go on a less is more kind of tack, actually. Where are my opal rounds gone? Here they are. Oh dear. It's funny because everyone's going, "What you doing now?" I honestly, I only want to put that one flower on. That's just what I want to do. But I think, just going to lift those up. So again, this is the Pierced Blooms dies, and you guys know because I've been using these so much since I got them. I just love them because just the colours, the detail on them is just so pretty. Yeah, do you know what? That's it. I'm a step away from the card. Step away, step away. I'm not going to put anything else on it. I'm not. So we've just got a little tiny bit. A little bit of bling, because, you know, you can never go wrong with bling. Okay, so now the question is, we don't sell square envelopes, do we? You probably don't know the catalogue as well as I do. Maybe you do, but we don't sell square envelopes. Now, some of you will have one of these, and it is an envelope punch board, and Stampin' Up used to sell them, and it is awesome. And if you've got one of these, dig it out to make your envelope if you want to, or have Amanda's top tip. So I'm going to get this paper now. So this is a 6-inch square card, okay? So we need to make an envelope that will fit the card. So I've got some 12 by 12 paper. And you're going to cut it at 10 inches. Okay, that's a 10-inch piece. Let me write that down. So a 6-inch square card. So you want 10 inches by 10 inches. Decide which way round you're going to have on the outside. I'm going to have this on the outside. I'm going to have the spots on the inside. And you want to turn it like this so it is like a diamond shape. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold the points towards the middle so that they overlap a tiny bit. Like that. So can you see? That's going over the top. Let me put my finger there. It's going over the top a little bit. Stick your finger on the centre and gently squash this down. Now just double check that your card is going to fit, or which it is. Then get your bone folder, which is here, and use it just to reinforce that score line. Now the thing is, this is patterned paper. Patterned paper's usually got a white core. So what you don't want to do is press too hard and crack the paper. Okay? Can you see that's folded over like that? Then what you're going to do is lift this point up, and you're going to lift it up so the point meets this point here. Okay, so the point that's coming down, that point's going to meet that point. Put your finger on there and squash. Now what you're going to find is you've got your diagonal line coming down, and then at this bottom piece you've got like a little square edge. You're going to do exactly the same all the way along. Okay, like that. You're going to flip it round, and you're going to do the same, but this time the point has got to go over the top of this point. So as you're looking at it, make sure, let me show you again, there's the paper, you can kind of see it's going over the top like that, and again give it a squish. Just try and make sure it's fairly square, and give it a squish. And then you've got an envelope for your 6-inch square card. So in order to stick it all together, this last flap is going to be your closing flap. So what I do with this is I put some tape on it, and then when I'm ready to stick it, like so, I can just lift the tape off. But this piece, I'm going to get my Tombow. Stick that down and then run it along there. Or you can use tape. Honestly, it doesn't matter. If you're using Tombow like me, just make sure you don't put too much on. You don't want it oozing out from the inside. Okay, so there's your envelope. There's your card. And it will fold flat like that. Put a piece of white or vanilla card on the front, and then send it. So there you go. So I'm going to leave the card sort of there so that we can get a good picture. As I said, so that is for a 6-inch square card. You need a 10 by 10 piece of patterned paper. Such an easy thing to do, to make your own envelopes. And it just looks so lovely, doesn't it? And you know, sometimes we have patterned papers that we might not use on a card, but actually they would make great envelopes. So there you go. Right, so I am going to have a quick slurp of my coffee and check to see if there are any messages or any things that I need to answer. So So let's have a look. Oh, thank you very much for all the lovely comments. Yes, Stampin' Up should sell square envelopes. Yes, they should. Jenny, did you find me again? Good. Oh, I'm really pleased. I'm so pleased that you enjoyed it. And I just thought that after last week you seemed to love that pop-up box card so much that I just wanted to share another fancy fold with you. And of course I had to show you how to make the envelope because it's a square card. So that's good. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I will be back here live at 2 o'clock next Tuesday. Till then, have a wonderful week, and I hope the weather improves for everybody who is currently having snow or rain. My son sent me a picture this morning of his garden covered in snow. He's in Sheffield, so I was a little bit jealous of the snow this morning. But that's really cool. Fantastic. Good. I'm so pleased that you've all enjoyed it. Just a reminder, all of the products that I've shown today you can purchase in my online store. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or my blog on the replay, if you just scroll down, you'll be able to see some clickable links. On Facebook, those clickable links will kind of appear tomorrow when I update the video. So thank you so much once again for joining me, and I will see you all again next week. Take care. Bye bye.